All right, guys, how we doing this evening? My name is Jamal Dononso.
My name is Seth Livingston, and with our partner Jonathan, we're the creators of the E-Wheel.
All right, now I want you all to take a brief moment and close your eyes for me real quick. Now imagine you're living in a third world country. You're around the age of 14. You have a sick mother, you never knew your father. Your little brother's only 3, and every morning you have to provide clean drinking water as well as cooking water. Now you have to travel over 2 miles just to the nearest drinking well, you know what I'm saying, while carrying 2 large barrels, and that just takes a lot of time and energy.
You'd think this was an uncommon occurrence, but over 250 million people have to walk over 2 miles to get access to clean drinking water. And 5 gallons of water can weigh about 44 pounds. And can you imagine trying to carry that?
All right. So now, really recently, there has been a new invention called the water wheel. Now, the water wheel is a hollowed out plastic tube with a metal bar attached to the sides, which allows you to be able to transport water to and from with a lot more ease.
Our E-Wheel is basically an improvement on that design, which improves the storage capacity as well as puts a DC motor on the side that allows to store energy as well. So as you push the empty barrel towards your water source and you fill it up, it's assisted motion headed back, so it's a lot easier getting back to where you need to deliver the water to.
The advantages of this new and improved water wheel, the E-Wheel, are going to allow you to be able to save time as well as energy. So when you're coming back home, you have a lot more capability of being able to cook and things like that without being as fatigued and tired.
Our competition is very low because sometimes it looks bad to try and compete with such a social venture, and our only other competition would be the water wheel, which is a less expensive and less innovative version of our E-Wheel.
Yeah. And what we're going to do, instead of selling this wheel directly to the people who are going to be using it in these third world countries, we're wanting to market them to companies and nonprofits with large grants and things like that, so the way that they can be able to provide these E-Wheels so they can provide these E-Wheels to the people who actually are going to be using them, and we still get paid at the upfront end.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so just to be clear, so it's not an improvement, it's not something you add to the existing water wheel. It's entirely new.
Yeah, it's going to be an entirely new product.
Yes.
And you're not selling it to the user, you're selling it through not-for-profits
Yeah,
and
nonprofit,
NGOs?
global
Okay.
humanitarian organizations that are
Okay.
going to be like sort of for the social venture movement.
But people are also going to be able to, donate directly. We're going to have a website where they could just donate directly, and we can provide a water wheel or provide an E-Wheel to those who need
name or
it.
something?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their name, and find out who they provided to and things like that.
So these nonprofits, they're your source of sales revenue.
For
and
for
also
larger orders, definitely.
your distributors as well.
Correct. Yes.
So
That's
like,
it. Yeah, that helps us without having to find it, not having to find a distributor, because as they place an order, and we say we also have 4 others people have donated to include in that order as well.
Yeah.
And
Got
what does it cost to make this?
About talking to the engineering students about $50 to $60 with a decent DC motor. So we'd have to sell them for about $100, which is kind of pricey. But the water wheel is sold for about $50. So
Yeah, and we're going to be selling it in different capacities as well as different storage quantities and things like that. So there's going to be different levels.
Will there be much upkeep costs associated with it? Because if you sell it to consumers in the emerging markets,
that's
they
the
might-
thing of picking up of spending more. Basically, it'll last longer. The motor lasts longer. So the more expensive the motor, the longer it will last,
Yeah.
and the less upkeep it takes.
So we're going to have cheap versions for 1-year use as well as more expensive versions for approximately 5 to 10-year use.
so how many humanitarian nonprofit organizations are there in the U.S., for example?
There are several. Just to name a couple, we've actually researched. We looked up CARE, which is one organization. We looked at GHRF, which is the Global Humanitarian
Resource
Foundation, as well as UNIM and
UNICEF.
UNICEF, things like that.
Maybe Red Cross?
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes. Our goal for the first year was basically to try and sell about 500 at $100 a piece, and then the second year would be to sell 1,000. And with after costs and everything, the profits would equal about 50,000 in just profits alone after 2 years.
Is it one water wheel per person, or could that
It
help
would
the whole
provide for the entire
village?
family. It could also help provide for an entire village.
Okay.
Okay, great job, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Thank you.